بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي لا إله إلا هو على ما من به علينا من النعم الكثيرة الظاهرة والباطنة، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. By the name of Allah, or with the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, all praise belong to Allah, the one that has bestowed upon us blessings that are numerous, blessings in abundance, that which is apparent, and that those blessings that are inward. And I bear witness that none has the right to be worshipped except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is alone, without having any partners. And I bear witness that Muhammad ibn Abdullah, that he is his servant and his messenger, To proceed, Ikhwan, may the peace and salutations of Allah be upon him and upon his family and upon all those who follow upon his guidance to the establishment of the last day. To proceed, Ikhwan, Allahumma inna na'udhu bika min ilmin la yanfa' wa min qalbin la yakhsha' wa min nafsin la tashba' wa min du'a'in la yusma'. Verily, Allah, we seek refuge with you from knowledge that has no benefit, and from a heart that has no fear, and from a soul that has no satisfaction nor contentment, and from a du'a that goes unanswered. ونواصل معكم في هذه الليلة المباركة الكريمة عونا من الرحمن الرحيم. So we continue on this blessed and noble night of ours, seeking the aid and the assistance of our Lord, the most merciful and the most compassionate. مستفيدين متعلمين من علم الحديث, as we continue to learn from the science of al-hadith. فأين وصلنا يا إخوان? Where did we arrive at?
Memorized Hadeeth number 18.
Hadeeth Abi Dhar? Hadeeth or Abi Dhar? Hadeeth number 18. الثامنة عشر. طيب، فمن حفظ ويريد أن يقرأ فليقرأ. Whoever memorized and would like to recite, then let them recite. تفضل.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عن أبي ذر جندب بن جنادة وأبي عبد الرحمن معاذ بن جبل رضي الله تعالى عنهما عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: اتق الله حيثما كنت واتبع السيئة الحسنة تمحها وخالق الناس بخلق حسن. رواه الترمذي وقال حديث حسن، وفي بعض النسخ حديث حسن صحيح.
ما شاء الله، أحسنت وبارك الله فيك. تفضل يا شيخ.
عن أبي ذر جندب بن جنادة وعن أبي عبد الرحمن معاذ بن جبل رضي الله تعالى عنهما عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: اتق الله حيثما كنت واتبع السيئة الحسنة تمحها وخالق الناس بخلق حسن. رواه الترمذي وقال حديث حسن، وفي بعض النسخ حديث حسن صحيح.
ما شاء الله، جميلا أحسنتم. تفضل يا شيخ.
عن أبي ذر جندب بن جنادة وأبي عبد الرحمن معاذ بن جبل رضي الله عنهما عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: اتق الله حيثما كنت واتبع السيئة الحسنة تمحها وخالق الناس بخلق حسن. رواه الترمذي وقال حديث حسن.
نعم.
وفي نسخ حديث حسن صحيح.
ما شاء الله، أحسنت. تفضل يا شيخ.
عن أبي ذر جندب بن جنادة وعبد الرحمن أبي عبد الرحمن معاذ بن جبل رضي الله عنهما عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: اتق الله حيثما كنت وأتبع السيئة الحسنة تمحها وخالق الناس بخلق حسن. رواه الترمذي وقال حديث حسن، وفي بعض النسخ حديث حسن صحيح.
جميلا جميلا، أحسنتم جميعا. May Allah bless you all يا إخوان. عند نسائنا our beloved sisters من منكن تريد أن تقرأ فلتقرأ. Who from our beloved sisters want to recite? May Allah bless you. جميعا جميلا جميلا ما شاء الله وبارك الله فيك. May Allah bless you. ومن بعدك and who else حفظت الليلة memorized tonight وتريد أن تقرأ and wants to recite from our sisters, our daughters. وعليكم السلام. May Allah bless you in the jama'ah there. You also are Sheikh Rashid Saeed. May Allah bless you and raise you also. من منكن عندنا ثانية الليلة. We have a second memorizer tonight from our sisters. Just one tonight. طيب لا بأس. قال الإمام النووي رحمه الله عن أبي ذر جندب بن جنادة وأبي عبد الرحمن معاذ بن جبل عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال اتق الله حيثما كنت وأتبع السيئة الحسنات تمحوها وخالق الناس بخلق حسن. رواه الترمذي. وقال الترمذي رحمه الله حديث حسن. وفي بعض النسخ قال حديث حسن صحيح. والله أعلم. Imam al-Nawawi, he mentions on the authority of Abu Dhar, whose name is Jundub ibn Junada. Jundub ibn Junada. And on the authority of Abu Abdul Rahman, who's known as Mu'adh ibn Jabal. Mu'adh ibn Jabal. May Allah be pleased with both of them. May Allah be pleased with both of them. Who are the both of them?
Abi Abdul Rahman Mu'adh ibn Jabal and Abi Dhar.
And Abu Abdul Rahman Mu'adh ibn Jabal. Accent. On the authority of the Messenger alayhi salatu wassalam, قال اتق الله. He said, fear Allah wherever you are. وأتبع السيئة الحسنة تمحوها. And follow a bad deed with a good deed. The good deed will wipe away the bad deed. Allahu Akbar. وخالق الناس بخلق حسن. And treat the people, deal with the people with good character. هذا الحديث صحيح. This hadith is authentic. وهو عند الإمام الترمذي. And it's collected by Imam الترمذي. الترمذي said about the hadith, حديث حسن. It's a Hasan hadith. وفي بعض النسخ, in some of the manuscripts, the copies of the book, he says حديث حسن صحيح. فالعلماء يختلفون في ماذا قال الترمذي. فقال بعضهم أنه قال حديث حسن. قال الآخرون قال حديث حسن صحيح. So the scholars of Islam, they differ. In some of the printing, some of the publications, it mentions that Tirmidhi said the hadith is Hasan. Some of the printings it says, Tirmidhi says Hasanun Sahih. Hasanun Sahih. طيب فما هو الحديث الصحيح? So what's the hadith that's sahih?
5 conditions.
As the hadith الذي يتوفى 5 شروط. The hadith that has 5 conditions. MashaAllah, اتصال السند, complete chain, ضبط الرواة. All of the narrators have to have reliability.
You have to be fair.
علة القادح.
They can't have علة القادحة, no hidden weakness that affects the hadith. 3. No shadh. What is shadh?
When a reliable narrator opposes a more reliable narrator.
MashaAllah. Or
He goes against the ijma'.
or in number. Ahsantum.
عدل.
Also they have to have adl. Right? 5 conditions. Fadal.
I thought number was never ever a condition in Islam. Isn't like
So it's not a condition, but بالنسبة للشاذ قال بعضهم شيئين. قال بعضهم شيئين. When it comes to shadh, some scholars say it has 2 components. 1. مخالفة الثقة لمن هو أوثق منه. وهذا مشهور. The first part, someone opposes someone else, 1 against 1, but he's reliable, he's opposing someone more memorized than him. A sister, mashallah, she has a good memory. But here she opposes someone who's even more of a shaykha than her. That's one example. أو بالجماعة, or in number. These 2 brothers say the school bus was yellow. These 10 sisters say the school bus was black. Right? So their narration will be shadh because they're lesser in number. وَيُخَالِفَانِ الْجَمَاعَةِ, and they're opposing those who are more in number than them. So it's not a condition. There's not a Islam لا يهتم بالعدد أبدا. Islam is not really concerned about the numbers. Number. إذا الحديث يكون صحيحا براو واحد. وماذا يسمى? If the hadith has one narrator, it still can be authentic. What is this called? غريب, مفرد, إفراد. Also, what's another word we learned?
Nazil.
Not nazil. It can be غريب, it can be mufrad, it can be also ahad. It can also be ahad. Some scholars prefer the term ahad. Some say غريب. Some say ifrad. Different terms. وكلمة غريب أحيانا بمعنى ضعيف على حسب المتكلم. على حسب المتكلم. Sometimes the word غريب means weak. Sometimes some scholars say that's what Tirmidhi meant when he says this hadith is غريب, meaning is weak. Sometimes the scholars may differ on their terms. This happens a lot يا إخوان. طيب قال الإمام أحمد أحيانا لا ينبغي بمعنى هذا لا يجوز. Imam Ahmed used to say a lot, a phrase, that's not proper. لا ينبغي. When he said it, most times he meant that's haram. He would say لا ينبغي. Sometimes Bukhari, when he talked about a person, he would say لا بأس به. He's okay, meaning he's weak. So sometimes the scholars have different terminologies. One of our sisters had their hands up. تفضلي.
My question is, whenever you're asking about a hadith has one narrator,
No.
are you saying only hadith, or do we need to know all the names?
Do we have to know all the names? ما شاء الله, سؤال جيد, nice question. هذا الحديث مثلا جاء عن راويين. جاء عن راويين. This hadith here has 2 narrators. هل يشترط على الحافظ أن يحفظ كليهما؟ الجواب لا. Is it a condition while you're memorizing it, I have to say the hadith has 2 narrators? I can't just quote one of the narrators? Yes, you can do so. Remember يا إخوان, نقل الراوي ليس شرطا أبدا. Remember, mentioning the narrator is not a condition. ولا يكون واجبا, nor is it obligatory. كثير من علمائنا الآن مثل الشيخ فوزان هو يفعله كثيرا. مثل الشيخ عبد المحسن هو لا يفعله كثيرا أحيانا. والشيخ عبد الرزاق ما شاء الله يفعل هذا كثير. Some of the scholars of today, like Sheikh Fawzan, he does it a lot. When he mentions a hadith, he doesn't always say who's the narrator. Sheikh Abdul Muhsin, he's different. Sometimes he doesn't mention the narrator. He's a hadith scholar. Sheikh Fawzan is not a hadith scholar. He's a scholar of fiqh. Sheikh Abdul Muhsin is a scholar of hadith. Sheikh Muqbil rahimahullah al-Yemen, كل حديث يروي يأتي بالراوي وهو من أئمة الحديث في العصر. Sheikh Muqbil is different. All the scholars in Yemen are, mashallah, they're different. When they mention the hadith, Sheikh Muqbil, he's never going to mention a hadith. You seldomly hear him say a hadith except that he mentions the narrator. But he's a hadith scholar. My point is, يا إخوان, ما هو الشاهد? What's the point here? هذا ليس بشرط. That's not a condition يا إخوان. فائدة ثانية, second benefit. والنقل من أخذه كذلك ليس بشرط. You guys write this down يا إخوان. Also, mentioning what book is in. It's not obligatory. It's not obligatory to say هذا الحديث عند البخاري. هذا ليس بواجب. That's not obligatory. لكن هذا يطمئن به القلب. However, it brings ease to your heart. إذا أعطيكم حديثا, I give you a hadith right now. I say مثلا قال النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام give me a hadith يا أخوان. قال النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام اتق الله حيثما كنت. Fear Allah wherever you are. ثم أواصل. Then I continue my speech. هذا ليس بواجب أن أنقل من الراوي وليس بواجب أن أنقل من أخذ. لا. So it's not obligatory that I say this hadith is narrated by such and such. It's not obligatory that you say this hadith is collected by Tirmidhi. But it's better. It makes your heart more at ease. It makes your heart more at ease. Listen to yourselves. You say the Prophet of Allah said, and you say it in English. The Messenger of Allah said, fear Allah wherever you are. أنت عرفت أن النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام لم يتكلم بالإنجليزية القط. You know the Prophet of Allah never spoke in English. So you know most likely he didn't say that. He didn't say that. You say the hadith in Arabic is going to bring more ease to your heart. I tell you the narrator, even more ease. I tell you the narrator and what book is in, your heart is feeling like most likely, that's how the Prophet said it. It's not obligatory, but it brings you more itma'nina. It brings you more ease in your heart. No. Somebody says, why do the scholars in the Mamlaka don't mention the narrators a lot? Allahu A'lam. I don't know ya ikhwan. هذا ليس بواجب. It's not obligatory. MashaAllah. It's a good question.
Can you repeat the definition of shadh?
شاذ مخالفة الثقة لمن هو أوثق من مخالفة الثقة, an opposition of someone who is reliable, going against someone more reliable. Remember, they both have to be reliable. If one is weak, that's called something else. That's called munkar. We didn't get there yet. If both of the sisters are reliable, but Amatallah opposes Halima. Halima is awthaqa. Halima is more memorized. They both are reliable. But Amatallah opposes Halima. The fact that she's opposing someone who's stronger than her, more memorized than her, her narration is called shadh. Her narration is called shadh.
What if the person is more memorized than the group?
That's a good question. Allahu A'lam. I never learned that answer there. That's a good question. أنا سألت شيخي نفس السؤال وقال الله أعلم. I asked our sheikh in Yemen a similar question. Ya sheikh, what about if there are 10 women and this other sister is more memorized than all of them? Amatullah, Zainab, Khadija, Halima. This one here, mashallah, is stronger than all of them. But she's opposing them. Whose statement outweighs the other? I remember asking our sheikh this. He said, Allahu A'lam. I'll say the same, Allahu A'lam. That's a good question, ya ikhwan. We'll try to ask another sheikh, inshallah ta'ala. No, I've never learned the answer to that. طيب نمشي. Let's continue يا إخوان. قال الإمام الفوزان. تفضل.
We never finished explaining the لا تغضب.
We didn't hadith as far as our commentary. لا تغضب. May Allah bless you. طيب, let's go back to the hadith لا تغضب in our commentary.
The last place we were was الشر. We mentioned the definition of الشر.
We mean definition of ماذا?
الشر. Evil.
Of evil. جميل. طيب, فما هو الشر? So what is evil?
عكس الخير.
عكس الخير, opposite of good.
كل ذنب.
Every sin.
وكل معصية.
Every disobedience.
وكل يهدي إلى غضب الله.
MashaAllah, yeah, may Allah bless you. And أنت كتبت هذا? You wrote that?
Yeah.
May Allah bless you. أنتم تكتبون جميلا.
You got it from me though. I didn't.
You guys take good notes, mashallah. Even the children, mashallah. There were some of the boys, and of course the sisters, mashallah. The little younger boys, they take, you look at their notes, you'll be amazed, ya ikhwan. A lot of children can't write unless you say, hey, write this, write that, write this, write that. But some of the children, mashallah, that's a blessing from Allah Ta'ala. We gotta check the sisters' notes one day. I don't think they're really writing, ya ikhwan. Sometimes I think they're on Facebook, and they're giggling, and they're on TikTok. So we have to make sure they're taking their notes, inshallah ta'ala also. طيب, ما هو الشر? What is evil? عكس الخير, the opposite of good. وكل ذنب, and every sin is evil. وكل معصية, every disobedience is evil. وكل ما يهدي إلى غضب الله, and everything that can lead to the anger of Allah is evil. Man yukarrir, who can repeat? What is evil? Masi? Opposite of good.
It's every sin.
Every sin.
And what makes Allah mad.
And that which angers Allah. And disobedience. Our sister, tafadali. We didn't finish the commentary of hadith number 16. So we're going to go back and comment on that one and then continue. As far as our commentary, we're a little behind. The memorization, we're on 18. The commentary, we're on 16.
We didn't do 17.
Speech, action.
Say it again.
We mentioned it could be from speech,
Action or gesture?
And evil can be from speech, actions, and gesture. You can do something evil in your ishara, your gesture. The angels write gestures. They don't write your thoughts. You think something evil, but you don't work by it. The angels don't write that. But you can do a gesture with your hands. وَالْمَلَائِكَةُ تَكْتُبُونَ. And the angels are writing. فَانْتَبِهُ عَنْ شَرُّ الْإِشَارَةِ. So beware of doing evil gestures. تفضل يا ماسي.
What if you have like good thoughts?
Good thoughts, Allahu Akbar. They still don't write the good thoughts, but if you تعمل به أو تقول به يكتبون. But if you speak by way of your good thoughts, and you do an action based upon your good thoughts, then they write the actions and they write the statements. والله أعلم. قال الإمام الفوزان وما منا لا أحد لا يغضب. He brings up a tremendous point. He said there's no one from amongst us who does not get angry from time to time. لكن العاقل والمؤمن يتصرف في غضبه ولا ينفضه. He says, but the Muslim, the one that has his intellect, may Allah make us all intellectual, and the believer, he works, for example, when he gets angry, he's angry, but he doesn't work based upon his anger. Everybody gets angry from time to time. But the aqil and the mu'min, he doesn't work by this anger. Sometimes your women folk, especially the women, ya mashallah, may Allah and the women are going to say, hey, why? It's the women. There are many ayat and many hadith, ya ikhwan. At any rate, it could be the men also. Something about women. There was a book, ya ikhwan, from a non-Muslim, النساء من مارس والرجال من فينوس أو كلاما بهذا المعنى ولعل هذا صحيح والله أعلم. There was I believe a Jewish man, he wrote a book. It said women are from Venus and men are from Mars, or vice versa. And that appears to be the case here. What does that mean? أن الرجال في أغلب الأوقات لا يفهمون النساء. That most of the men, and I hope the women don't get offended here, and when we give the men their example, I hope the men don't get offended. Most of the women, the men, we don't understand them. وكذلك النساء في أغلب الأوقات لا يفهمن الرجال. And likewise, the women, they think they understand men, but they don't. I'll be the first to say, أنا على رأس الرجال. I'm at the head of the men. أقول بصوت عالي. I'll say it screaming it. على سقف هذا المسجد. On the roof. You brothers climb me up there, I'll stand on the roof, on the microphone, and I'll say with a loud voice, أما أنا فلا أفهم النساء. لا أفهم النساء. I'll be the first to say, I do not understand women. I don't, يا أخوان. إذا هن يريدن شيئا يعطيهن أنا لا أريد ذلك. The women are the first. I want this. You give them that, I don't want that. You give. هي تريد أن تأكل. She wants to eat. طيب هذا طعام لك. Here's your food. Oh, أنا لا أكل مثل هذا. I don't eat the likes of that. طيب here's something else. That's too cold. Here's something else. It's too hot. Here's a lot. Oh, you're trying to make me slim. I'm too big. You give her a little bit. Oh, I'm not big enough. I don't understand. Their yes means no. Their no means yes. Everything is backwards, ya. I don't understand, ya. I don't understand. I'll be the first to say, not that book is a proof. We're not saying that. But that man, he's close. Women are from one place, and women are from another place. Same thing with the men. The women think they understand the men. They don't understand us. You're quiet. What's on your mind? Nothing. You're talking. Oh, what do I do now? When I'm quiet, I'm wrong. When I speak, I'm wrong. I don't understand يا اخوان. May Allah help us يا اخوان. طيب. قال الإمام الفوزان. The Imam continues. ولا ينفضه. But he does not execute this anger. The aqil, the one that has his mind. والمسلم والمؤمن, and the believer, he's going to get angry. But the true believer, the one that has his mind, is not going to work by it. ربما يتوضأ. Maybe he goes and makes wudu. أو ربما يكون قائما يجلس. He's standing, he sits. أو مثلا يمشي. Or go take a walk. That's the true believer. He's not going to work by the anger. He's going to calm down, make wudu. If he can, salli raka'atain. If he's still not calm, go take a walk. Sometimes shut up. Sometimes you have to shut up. And if this doesn't calm you down, Allah Alam. If you're standing, sit. If you're sitting, lay down. Make wudu. Make the salah. MashaAllah. And if someone is angry, then let him be quiet. If the person, one of you becomes angry, then shut up. That's all he. Sometimes, why is it going and going and going? Just be quiet. Just be quiet. But it's hard to shut up. This little tongue, قوي يا إخوان. It's strong. ولذلك بعض السلف كانوا يضعون بعض الأحجار فيهم. So much so that many of the Salaf, now you may laugh, that's fine, it's funny. Many of the Salaf used to put rocks in their mouth, not to talk. It's hard to control your tongue. How many times say, hey, I'm not saying nothing else. And then, oh, this is my last time saying it. Oh, and your tongue is hard, it's strong. The tongue is strong. طيب. قال وأما الأحمق. He says, for the one that is a stupid individual, والجاهل, and the ignorant one, فقد يحمله الغضب على أشياء مذمومة. He says, but the stupid one, the one that's ghabi, he doesn't have he's not rational, or the ignorant one, what does he do? His anger carries him or her to do things that are displeased. It's okay to get angry, but it's not okay to let your anger control you. It's not okay. Try to calm down. Try to shut up. Try to make wudu. Try to pray 2 raka'ah. Try to sit down. Try to lay down. Sometimes you have to remove yourself from the situation. For example, go take a walk. Go work out. Go blow some steam. Right? Especially issues of the house. Many of the Salaf, when the wife was like fire, the man would be like ice. Or when the man is like fire, the woman would be like ice. She would be calm. If you be quiet, who she's going to argue with? Unless she's from our women nowadays, she's still going to go, and you trying your best. Don't say nothing. Bismillah, recite some Quran. Go read some Hadeeth. Bismillah, make some dua. Don't say a word. Then it'll be hard. Your tongue takes over, and then you say something back. You're not like ice. She's like fire. You're like fire. 2 fires is going to burn the building down. But ice cools the fire. So if the man is, and that's important for the women too. That's why it's intelligent, or from al-Islam, from ihsan al-ikhtiyar, from good choosing, that you try to choose someone from their religion. And I mentioned this to you when I first mentioned brothers. مهما كانت من الجمال أو من مالها أو من جمالها أو من نسبها أهم من هذا كله دينها. No matter how beautiful the woman is, mashallah, some women, Allah bless them there. No matter how much money she has, alhamdulillah, she's rich. No matter how her lineage is, she's a sheikha, her mother's a sheikha, her auntie's a judge, mother, her father's a judge. طيب. Something more honorable than her beauty, her money, and her lineage is her religion. Choosing the one that can remind you of Allah. Choosing the one that, mashallah, may Allah help us. Choosing the one that has a religion. This is the thing the Messenger ﷺ encouraged. Likewise for the women. No matter how handsome he is, no matter how much money he has, no matter how his lineage is, more honorable than all of that is his religion. The one that's going to remind you of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قال فقد يحمله الغضب على أشياء مذمومة. He says the ignorant one and the stupid one, his anger is going to cause them to do actions that are dispraised. كالقتل, like fighting or killing. والجرح, or wounding someone. أو الكلام السيء, or speaking with evil speech. أو قطيعة الرحم, or cutting the ties of kinship. كل هذا في أغلب الأوقات أصلها الغضب. All of these examples, usually the origin of them is getting angry. Look what happens wara al-ghadab, after anger. Divorce, killing, murder, slander, evil speech, leaving off good deeds, backbiting, lying, tail carrying. The origin usually of all of this is al-ghadab, is getting anger or angry.
Can you repeat the outcomes?
Huh?
The outcomes of ghadab.
From the ma wara al-ghadab, from that which is a result of anger, al-kufr, disbelief, wal-qatl, killing, murder, wal-jarh, wounding someone, aw al-kalam al-sayyi, evil speech. Sometimes our mouths just go, and then what happens? I'm just angry. I don't mean that. I just was angry. I couldn't control my tongue. My emotions took over. So the tongue just says this and this and this and this. Backbited. Most of the time we backbite one another is because يحملنا الغضب. Because anger is pushing us. I'm mad. And most of the time you think someone said this. In reality they never even said that. I'm not talking to him. Why? He said something against me. And in reality, the man or the woman never said that. So you have to rectify all of those good deeds. That happens a lot, yeah. There was a man, he had on his earphones, mashallah ta'ala, كان يمشي والشخص آخر يسلم عليه وهو لا يسمع لأن له السماعة. The brother was walking. He had on his earphones, the little ones that you can't see. Somebody gave him salam. Salam alaikum ya akhi. From a different color, a different country. He's walking. He don't even see the brother. Salam alaikum. Oh, he's racist. He hears my salams. He know he hear my salams. Wallahi, he heard my salams. Then we swear by Allah. And then he's racist. He's against me because I'm black, or I'm white, or I'm yellow, or I'm Arab. And then in reality, the man never heard it. So he has to rectify all of that. And then he goes to someone else, hey, I don't mess with him no more. Why? I gave him salams. He's arrogant. He's racist. He ignored me. He hurt me. And then the man never heard him. How many times with the sisters? The sisters reading her Quran. Someone else goes, hey, salam alaikum. And she's focused on her Quran. Oh, she thinks she's this. She's arrogant. She's rude. And then in reality, عفوا يا حبيبتي, her voice, عفوا يا حبيبتي في الله أنا لا أسمعك جيدا أنا كنت أقرأ القرآن That's my sister imitation at home. عفوا يا حبيبتي أنا كنت أقرأ القرآن ما أسمع something. She's, I'm sorry, sister. I didn't hear you. I was reading my Quran. That happens, Ikhwan. That happens. And usually the anger. There's many sins and dispraised actions that come from being angry. In the prison, we met a group of brothers in the prison, and this brother was against me. And I found out because my skin is black. The next month I got there, the first time I get there, I'm trying to do the class. He won't be quiet the whole time. So I said, what's wrong with the brother? The next, as I left, the brother said, oh, he really liked the Egyptian brother that came to teach us before you. In the prison there. He said, he really كان يحب الإمامة مصرية بالشدة لأنه من نفس البلد. They said, oh, don't take it personal. He used to really love the Egyptian brother that came. Because they're both from Egypt. I said, okay. I'm from Africa too. He said, I'm from Africa. I mean, I know where. Exactly. I don't say I'm from America. I was born here. So I said, I'm from Africa too. He said, yeah, but you're not Egyptian. And he said, and that brother, he was white Egyptian. You're black. You have black skin. I said, it's not from my fault. Hasn't been up me. My Lord made me black. Alhamdulillah. So, alhamdulillah, the brother was against me because I was from Egypt. I wasn't from Egypt. And then, alhamdulillah, he came some weeks later and he apologized. May Allah raise him. May Allah accept it. He said, I have to say, I'm sorry. I was just really sad when the Egyptian brother left and then now you come. And maybe it's because you're not from my country, you don't look like me. I said, we're Muslims. I don't have to look just like you. You don't have to look like me. We're Muslims. So because I'm black and you're white, but a lot of us have racism in our hearts and we don't even know it. I don't like him. Why? He's from Africa. What did Africa do to you? That happens a lot. I don't like him. He's Arab. Alhamdulillah. طيب, let's continue يا إخوان. قال أو الكلام السيء or evil speech. قال فالغضب يحمل الإنسان على مهالك إلا إذا استعمله استعمالا حسنا في محله فإنه يسلم من شره. So evil carries the person to his destruction. Anger carries the person to his destruction. Unless when he gets angry, he does not work by the anger, but he submits himself from the anger. He doesn't submit to it. It's okay to get angry. You're going to get pissed off sometimes. You're going to get angry sometimes. But what do? Do you control yourself? Do you just let your tongue run amok? And this happens a lot, ya ikhwan. قال ولهذا قال النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام ليس الشديد بالسرعة. So for this reason you find in another hadith, the Messenger عليه الصلاة والسلام, he says, the strong woman or the strong man is not the one that can win a wrestling match or overpower someone with their strength. He's not the strong one. الشديد الذي يملك نفسه عند الغضب. But the strong man, the strong woman, is the one that can control themselves when they get angry. Collected by Bukhari and Muslim.
The narrator?
The Abu Hurairah. Collected by Abu Hurairah. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Collected by Bukhari and Muslim. ليس شديد بالسرعة. The strong man or woman is not the one that can overpower you. The sister, mashallah, that's the strongest. She, mashallah, is strong. She's not the strong one. Because she can win a fight or a wrestling match or whatever the women do to see who's the strongest. طيب. The strong one is the one that can control herself في الغضب, when she gets angry. That's the strong one. That's hard, ya ikhwan. Especially if you know you can win the fight. Or most likely you will win the fight. But you humble yourself. That's the strong one. To control yourself when you get angry. قال هذا هو الشديد القوي. This one is the strong man or woman. الذي يملك نفسه عند الغضب. The one that controls themselves when they are angry. كان يغضب. He was angered. لكنه لا ينفض. But he did not work by his anger. This is the one that is strong, ya ikhwan. May Allah make us strong. It's not always about having a strong body, being able to fight or win the match or the wrestling or the boxing. No. Do you control yourself when you're mad? Does your anger take over you? قال فكان طيب إلا إذا كان الغضب لله. Next benefit. Unless the anger is for the sake of Allah. Unless this anger is not personal. It's for the sake of Allah. The man says what he says in defense of the Quran and the Sunnah. The one that gets angered for the sake of Allah. فكان حليما لا ينتقم لنفسه أبدا رغم ما لقى من الأذى من الناس. أما إذا انتهكت أو انتهكت محارم الله جل وعلا فإنه يغضب لله سبحانه وتعالى لا لنفسه. He says, however, if the person is a calm, subdued person, but gets anger for the sake of Allah, and he does not take revenge for himself, never, no matter what harm he receives from the people. However, he takes revenge defending that which is sacred to Allah. So he gets anger for the sake of Allah. وهكذا المؤمن يقتدي بالرسول لا يغضب لنفسه بل يحمل ويغفر ويحسن إلى من أغضبه. He says, however, the believer takes the Messenger of Allah as his example. He follows the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam. How was the Messenger of Allah? He says he did not get angry for his own sake. He didn't get angry for that. He was subdued. He was forbearing. He forgave. And he pardoned. Where are we from that yet? When was the last time we forgave each other? Many of us, you do something to me, I have to get you back. وَهَذَا لَيْسَ مِنَ الدِّينِ. That's not from the religion. He was forbearing, he was forgiven, and he pardoned, and he was good to those who angered him. He was good to those who angered him. قال تعالى فمن عفا وأصلح فأجره على الله. Surah Shura. And as for the one who afa, overlooks, وأصلح, and rectifies, then surely his reward is with Allah. The one who forgives, I forgive you, Akhi. May Allah bless you. I pardon you. And he rectifies, then his reward is with Allah. قال فمن عفا وأصلح فأجره على الله. As for the one who overlooks and pardons and rectifies, then his reward is with Allah. If you can rectify while the person is alive, we don't always have to wait to after death and then speak about the man in a good light. Oh, he was a good brother, mashallah, he did this. جميلا. أين هذا الكلام في حياته? Where was that speech when he was alive? نحن أكثرنا ننتظر حتى ممات الشخص ثم نتكلم عنه بالخير. لا. بعد مماته وفي حياته أيضا. Many of us, we don't talk good about each other while they're alive, and then when he dies, he was a good brother, he did this, he did that. No, why are you waiting until he dies? Speak good of him in his life and after his death. The sister passed away, we don't mention her in her life upon goodness at all. No, we wait to mada after she dies. Oh, she was a sheikha, I learned a lot from her, she has nice books. Where was that speech at? In her life. And this is a misconception that we have. نَنْتَظِرُ الْمَوْتِ. We're waiting for death of a person to remember them in a good light. You see it all the time. Somebody dies, oh, rest in peace. Why didn't you say the likes of that while he was alive? متى آخر وقت زرته? When was the last time you visited him? متى آخر وقت اتصلت به? When was the last time you called him? How you doing, man? Just wanted to say I love you for Allah's sake. Alhamdulillah. Father Sheikh.
I was gonna say, when you die, right? How long are you gonna wait in the grave? Like, let's say, are you gonna wait each day and just sit in the grave, or what?
The actual time in the grave, Allah Alam, the barzakh, how long is going to be, until Allah Ta'ala, till the trumpet is blown, and then all the people come out of their graves and stand before Allah Ta'ala. The actual time, only Allah knows.
Will you get paradise in the grave or no?
Paradise in the Jannah comes after the barzakh.
How long will Jannah come for the people?
Allah Alam.
You're gonna be sleeping.
No, for a certain amount of time. Many scholars say different years. Only Allah knows the actual time.
I don't want to sleep all day in the grave. It's gonna be boring.
طيب قال الإمام الفوزان حفظه الله تعالى فهذا هو علاج الغضب. So this is the remedy of anger. This is the remedy of anger. Not working by it. Being forgiven. Being patient. Being muslih. Those who rectify. قال أولا, firstly, from the remedies of anger, مهما أمكن أنك لا تغضب. Try your best not to get angry. Whatever you can do, try your best not to get angry. If you have to take a walk, go take a walk. You have to sit, sit. You have to pray to raka'ah, pray to raka'ah. You have to make wudu, make wudu. You have to shut up, shut up. You have to eat. Whatever you have to do so you won't become angered, then do it. ثانيا, next remedy, إذا غضبت فلا تنفض. If you become angered, don't work by the anger. Don't work by the anger. But عليك بالصبر. But it's upon you to be patient. Try not to work by the anger. وتحمل. And it's upon you to be forbearing. Be ease, be gentle. والحلم. And also upon you to be to endure. To be patient and to endure. If some harm comes to you, you be hilman. You be forbearing. You endure what comes to you. You be sabiran, patient. وتحملا. And you are patient with whatever harm comes to you, inshallah ta'ala. طيب, let's go to our new hadith, inshallah ta'ala. الحديث التاسع عشر, hadith number 19. It's a long hadith. Let's try our best to get through it, ya ikhwan. طيب, I'll say it, you say it. I'll say it, you say it. عن أبي العباس
عن أبي العباس
عبد الله بن عباس
عبد الله بن عباس
رضي الله عنهما
رضي الله عنهما
قال
قال
كنت خلف رسول الله
كنت خلف رسول الله
صلى الله عليه وسلم
صلى الله عليه وسلم
فقال
فقال
يا غلام
يا غلام
إني أعلمك كلمات
إني أعلمك كلمات
احفظ الله يحفظك
احفظ الله يحفظك
احفظ الله تجده تجاهك
احفظ الله تجده تجاهك
إذا سألت فاسأل الله
إذا سألت فاسأل الله
وإذا استعنت فاستعن بالله
وإذا استعنت فاستعن بالله
واعلم أن الأمة
واعلم أن الأمة
لو اجتمعت على أن يضروك
لو اجتمعت على أن ينفعوك
لو اجتمعت على أن يضروك طيب لو اجتمعت على أن ينفعوك
لو اجتمعت على أن ينفعوك
بشيء
بشيء
لم ينفعوك
لم ينفعوك
إلا بشيء
إلا بشيء
قد كتبه الله لك
قد كتبه الله لك
ولو اجتمعوا
ولو اجتمعوا
على أن يضروك
على أن يضروك
بشيء
بشيء
لم يضروك
لم يضروك
إلا بشيء
إلا بشيء
قد كتبه الله عليك
قد كتبه الله عليك
رفعت الأقلام
رفعت الأقلام
وجفت الصحف
وجفت الصحف
رواه الترمذي
رواه الترمذي
وقال حديث حسن صحيح.
وقال حديث حسن صحيح.
Alright, let's do the first part before our time runs out. There's another variation of the hadith. He says, on the authority of Abu Abbas, Abdullah ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with both of them. He says, Kuntu khalifa Rasulillah. I was behind the Messenger of Allah. In some narrations, I was riding behind the Messenger alayhi salatu salam. And he said, Ya gulamu, O young boy, inni u'allimuka kalimat. Surely I'm going to teach you some words. Ihfadillah yahfadka. Be mindful of Allah, and Allah will protect you. Ihfadillah tajiduhu tujahaka. Be mindful of Allah, and you will find Him in front of you. إذا سألت فاسأل الله. When you ask, then ask Allah. وإذا استعنت فاستعن بالله. And when you seek help or aid, seek the help or aid of Allah. وَاعْلَمْ, and know أن الأمة لو اجتمعت على أن ينفعوك بشيء لم ينفعوك إلا بشيء قد كتبه الله لك. And know, if the entire world, the entire ummah, the entire nation were to gather together in order to bring you benefit, they would never be able to benefit you in anything except with what Allah has written for you. Allah. وَلَوْ اجْتَمَعُوا عَلَىٰ أَنْ يَضُرُّوكَ بِشَيْءٍ. And if they come together, the whole world, in order to bring some harm to you, لَمْ يَضُرُّوكَ إِلَّا بِشَيْءٍ قَدْ كَتَبَهُ اللَّهُ عَلَيْكَ. They will never be able to harm you with anything except with what Allah has written for you, meaning to fall against you, to befall you. رُفِعَتِ الْأَقْلَامُ. The pens have been raised. وَجَفَّتِ الصُّحُفُ. And the pages have been dried. Collected by Imam al-Tirmidhi. Al-Tirmidhi said, Hadithun Hasan Sahih. This hadith is Hasan Sahih. طيب. I'll say it, you say it. I'll say it, you say it. وفي رواية غير الترمذي.
وفي رواية غير الترمذي.
احفظ الله
احفظ الله
تجده أمامك.
تجده أمامك.
تعرف إلى الله في الرخاء.
تعرف إلى الله في الرخاء.
يعرفك في الشدة.
يعرفك في الشدة.
الله أكبر. واعلم أن ما أخطأك
أن ما أخطأك
لم يكن ليصيبك
لم يكن ليصيبك
وما أصابك
وما أصابك
لم يكن ليخطئك
لم يكن ليخطئك
واعلم
واعلم
أن النصر مع الصبر
أن النصر مع الصبر
وأن الفرج مع الكرب
وأن الفرج مع الكرب
وأن مع العسر يسرا.
وأن مع العسر يسرا.
أخرجه أحمد وغيره. Collected by Imam Ahmed other than Ahmed. This narration here is collected by Ahmed, Al-Tabarani, Al-Bayhaqi, Wal-Hakim, many other collectors of hadith. Collect this hadith. Ahmed, Al-Tabarani, Al-Bayhaqi, Al-Hakim. And the next part he says, وَفِي رِوَايَةِ غَيْرِ التِّرْمِذِي. In a narration other than the narration of a Tirmidhi. This is not Tirmidhi's hadith. He says, and the narration, وَفِي رِوَايَةٍ غَيْرِ التِّرْمِذِي, a narration outside of a Tirmidhi, the words are, احفظ الله تجده أمامك. Be mindful of Allah, and you will find Him أمامك, in front of you. تعرف إلى الله في الرخاء يعرفك في الشدة. Have knowledge of Allah. Recognize Allah, have knowledge of Allah, remember Allah in times of ease. And He will remember you, He will acknowledge you in times of difficulty. وَعَلَمْ أَنَّ مَا أَخْطَأَكَ لَمْ يَكُنْ لِيُصِيبَكَ. And know that مَا أَخْطَأَكَ, whatever does not reach you, لَمْ يَكُنْ لِيُصِيبَكَ, was never going to befall you. وَمَا أَصَابَكَ, and whatever befalls you, لَمْ يَكُنْ لِيُخْطِئَكَ, was never going to miss you. وَعَلَمْ أَنَّ النَّصْرَ مَعَ الصَّبْرِ, and know that the help and success is with patience. وَأَنَّ الْفَرْجَ مَعَ الْكَرْبِ, and the victory, or the, somebody give me another translation of farj. Relief would be a good one. Ease. You in difficulty, ثُمَّ أَتَاكَ فَرْج. You in some difficulty, and then some farj comes. Relief would be a good one. Ease. Solution would be a good one. But it's an easy solution, not a difficult one. Release. A way open will be a good one. You can say that. That'll be a good one. Ma'al karab comes with what you got here? Affliction. Karab can also be worry. It can also be like hardship. For example, affliction will be a good translation also. وَأَنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا, and know that with difficulty comes ease. هذا الحديث عند الإمام أحمد في الزهد وعبد الحميد في مسنده والطبراني والحاكم والبيحقي والإمام الألكائي. Many great imams collect this hadith, ya ikhwan. The benefit here, the second narration or the second report is from the same hadith, but it's not the wording of at-Tirmidhi. For hadith wahid, so it's one hadith, but the wording is different based upon the different collectors of the hadith. هذا هو الذي يحفظ. This is the hadith that is memorized, ya ikhwan. وجزاكم الله خيرا. من يريد أن يؤذن? Who wants to call the adhan tonight? May Allah bless you all. تفضل شيخ. وَعَلَمْ أَنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا, and know that with difficulty is ease.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا